Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy brand new week to you, Joanne, Paul. Good to see you guys. Looking back at the chart here on Friday. And quite the move overnight. Look at that big V-shaped bounce. Market is open and we're gonna jump right into this, guys. Let's see if we have a trend in play. Kind of looks like it. Big move down, played itself out. And move up still looks to be active. So I am definitely interested in taking a long if it sets up on this pullback here. Good morning, Michael. NQ has got pretty much the same thing going on, which is great. Move down overnight, played out. Move up, still looking active. See if we can get a setup. All right, S&P has had one leg of the pullback here, one attempt higher. If we can just get one more pullback and a signal bar there, we'll go long. NQ not even pulling back, just making new highs. Good morning, everyone who's hopping in. Philip, Julian, Jonathan, Neil, Bill, Dr. V, Per. Good morning, guys. Got a little pullback on NQ now. See how the 21 responds. Very possible that we get a long setup soon. News this week, as we discussed previously, we don't have too much in the way of economic releases. We do have JOLTS going down tomorrow. PMI Wednesday. I guess we have a decent amount. The big thing though is going to be earnings this week. Google and Amazon both reporting. And this is really the last major release of earnings week. So far things have been pretty decent. S&P still has yet to pull back to the EMA since the open. And we do need that pullback though. This is not a move you want to chase, although it looks quite bullish. You will find that chasing moves does not go well for you. Pablo, good morning. Hopefully we get a setup because we do have a key level looming above us. That'd be the high from Friday's session. We want to get a setup on the way up there, not wait until we get up there and pull back from it. All right, we are back at the 21. See if we can get a nice bar here, and we will look to go long. The only problem right now, though, is that the Nasdaq is not pulled back yet. So if we go long on the S&P and then all of a sudden the Nasdaq pulls back, it's not going to work out well for us. Had a pretty decent bar here on ES, but we still haven't really quite touched the EMA, so I'm going to be waiting. S&P already has a new high. Whichever symbol, whether it's the Nasdaq or the S&P, whichever one gets back to the EMA first is going to be the one we're looking at. Good morning, Tom. Hey, Octopus. News in a few. Okay. What news do we have? Oh, yeah, we do have PMI at 10 a.m. So I don't mind taking a trade now, as long as we have a little bit of time before the news release. S&P making a new high. The Nasdaq barely making a new high. It's starting to look heavy. Looks like we might get a deeper pullback on NQ, I would imagine. Very sideways structure here on NQ, while the S&P trickles higher. So not good for the rally to see that disparity. Does make it look like a deeper pullback is coming. But with that said, we'll still be looking for a long. Get that key level high above us there. Market looks like it wants to go try it out. Martin, good morning to you. All right, here's a bar. This is looking like a pullback. First test of the EMA. Nasdaq looks like it wants to make a new high. Wow, big push up on NQ. Shorts are getting squeezed up here. But this push up is great in just confirming the trend we already have drawn. Bias is clearly bullish. We're just waiting for the opportunity to join. Looking for another pullback here. At some point, we should have a deeper pullback. It might be now that we squeeze out all those shorts there. Got a pretty vertical move up. En route to that next key level. Both markets pulling back now. Just waiting to get to that 21 EMA. I can imagine that some people would be getting pretty antsy up here. Like, man, are we missing this move? Let's jump in. Just be patient. We haven't even gotten through 30 minutes of the market yet. If you've been around long enough, you know these kind of moves can easily reverse. And all of a sudden, what looked like an amazing trend does not look so amazing anymore. Let's be patient, follow the system, wait till we have a proven entry that has an edge over the long term. All right, we are back to the 21 on the S&P. So far, not holding very well. Yes, I am looking for a specific pattern. We do have PMI in 4 minutes. Thank you, Archer. So yeah, we'll have to get a setup really quick. Better to probably wait till the news settles. Yep, couple closes below the EMA. So in order to take a long, what we will need is this. First, get through the news because that could shake things up. But second, we'll need a push above the 21 and then a higher low like that. So a little break and retest of that EMA. But this is pushing down quite a ways. If this continues down, we may have a larger downtrend on our hands. This is exactly what I was talking about, guys. We could have a deeper pullback on this action. This is for sure what happens when you have these kind of floats at market open with really no pullback. When the pullback does happen, it gets interesting. News now in like less than a minute. We'll get through PMI and then hopefully price action settles down and gives us a setup. NQ is like right on its EMA. This is actually really good if we can get through the news. We're just looking for a higher low that also goes through the EMA. There's the news. PMI just released. And came in higher than what was expected, while prices about around what was expected. So some mixed econ news, and we're good to go now to look for that setup. Again, we just need a push above the 21 EMA and a higher low. Still have not pushed above the 21 here. Nice. I like that move up. I think I might take a context-based experimental trade here. I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback though. Get a better fill. Do you think we will likely get a new high? Doesn't even look like it's going to pull back for us. Yeah, looks like we're getting that new high. Just did not quite get the setup to take it. NQ's got a new high as well, and that may be the end of our uptrend, guys, because we had a move up, close outside of the channel, push to a new extreme. We were right at this key level. This may be where the uptrend loses steam, and we start to get a move down by the bears. We're at the key level right now. Let's see if we continue higher above it. If we do, then it'll be clear that there is a wider channel, bigger trend going on with the bulls, and we can look for another long. But if we start showing signs of resistance here and even like reject off of it, we're not going to be looking bullish anymore, and in fact looking for shorts. This could actually be a great level to short from if it does reject, because we are most likely going to go all the way back down and at least test this low or Friday's low, which I'm about to mark. So we have a very large target that we could possibly trade for. All going to depend on what happens here. Prices are stalling right at this key level. All right, we're getting a push to a new high, so it's kind of looking like we may stay above this key level for now. Wondering how close we are on the NQ. We still got a ways before we even test that level on the Nasdaq. Yeah, definitely looking bullish here. All right, so we have all but confirmed that bears are not going to push the market down here. So I am totally down to look for another long if we get the setup. Of course, not going to chase this. We need a nice pullback to structure our risk, but so far this is looking pretty dang good. All right, so we'll adjust our channel here to reflect this ongoing bullish move. if we can. Yeah, that fits pretty well. See if we can get a trade. Since we're above this key level, the next one is like, how many points away? 30, 40 points above us. We have plenty of room to move to that next one. If we get into a trade, that would be a good target to set too. Jeez, this is starting to look like one of those days that's just going to drift higher all day with no intervention from sellers. So on this next pullback, I'm going to get pretty aggressive. And on a really strong trend, you do not have to have everything line up just perfect. This is starting to develop into a strong trend. So the name of the game will be just find a way to get in. You do want to wait for a pullback though, because that greatly affects your risk structure. Drum roll, everybody. Possible pullback here. Could actually have it. And again, if we see any signs of support on the EMA, we'll look to get long. Where we at on the Nas? Pretty close to that key level as well. We've had no signs of sellers stepping in, so still expecting continuation. What a move, eh? What a move. Oh no, it's gonna stall out even before it gets to the EMA and just go back and make a new high. Well, if you've been having difficulties in this market generally, guys, it's been a tricky one for sure. So hopefully you're not feeling discouraged. I mean, if you just look at a daily chart, see if I can pull this up. If you just look at a daily chart, the last like 3 months, we really just have not gone anywhere. Yeah, look at this. Let me pull this in. Look at this price action over the last year. Sorry, not last year. This is since September. Just completely sideways. Look at that. Market has not done anything. Like if you saw this kind of price action on a regular trading day, you'd be like, it's ranging. I think I'm going to take a break. I think I'm going to call it. But this has been our reality for the last 4 months now. Kind of going higher, generally going higher, but super range like. Lots of ups and downs. And so today is no exception. Difficult price action to read because it's like, oh man, this thing's floating higher, but can very easily reverse. Speak of the devil. Close below the 21. We'll need a push above and a higher low to get long. Looks Looks like it might actually be going back to test that breakout area. And if we just blow past that level, we're going to have to reassess the structure of the day. So far, it's looked like buyers nonstop, but if sellers can actually push us down, that will change things quite significantly. So market keeping us on our toes today, guys. We'll have to do some careful analysis to identify the structure after this move here. So we're watching this closely, watching to see if it develops. This could very well be like this is what happened last time. Started to look good to the downside, then we just launched up above this key level. Got that breakout, haven't really retested it. Coming back again, but if this bounces up and we start to push yet again, this is very likely to be a repeat pattern. We're going to want to get in long right here and ride it, because at that point, very likely that we come up to our next key level. So going to be breaking all this down play by play in the Discord today. Make sure you're not trading alone, guys. It is much better to trade with a community. We've got a great one in the Discord. Link is below. Hope everyone has a great trading day today. We got some earnings. We got some big stuff this week, so we'll cross our fingers for some good price action, and we'll keep after it. Have a great day, guys. See you next time.